today, if you wanted to start a program to fund women entrepreneurs, there is enough data available from World Bank and IFC and others, which shows that women-owned businesses are actually better credit risks. The default rates are lower. You can actually model a whole credit program looking at the probability of default and actually give preferential pricing to women, and it's been done. My wish is that similar data starts becoming available about ESG-minded SMEs. My own hypothesis is that an ESG-minded enterprise will have a far more longevity. They will simply last longer, they will be more successful, and thus there will be better credit risks. There is just not enough data yet for financiers like us to start basing our lending decisions. So right now, there is just no proper way to assess that risk and say, hey, this is a better risk, and thus I will price it better. I'm hoping that over the coming years, that becomes easier, and then we can lend more actively in this space.
For the SMEs, there's an awful lot of SMEs working. I mean, they're the backbone of every economy, right? And certainly now, I mean, I'm part of a group with Dr. Haythem. Actually, we're over 250 or more SMEs, all working within sustainability and extremely impactful companies. And one of the reasons nobody really knows about us, and lots of the reasons are lack of funding. We can't do our impactful ESG reporting because of funding. And we don't really get a look in. Recently, there was the climate pledge was signed by 21 companies, and there was not one SME in sustainability involved in that. So I think, and it's very, very difficult to get our voices heard. And it's something that I'm working really hard on to push the SMEs forward, and especially those working in impactful companies.
As an SME, I think we both see the challenges as well as the opportunities. The challenges are obviously we don't have large budgets. We cannot hire big sustainability teams to drive sustainability through the company. So it is something that we have to do with our own internal resources. In our case, we set up a sustainability committee from people of different parts of the organization. We're only 150 employees. So from that point of view, it's easier to drive it, because if your management, if your corporate team acts as a champion and a leader, then obviously you can get the other people on board. Whereas what we see in large organizations often is that often seems like a bolt-on to the organization, and they seem to be fighting the rest of the organization. Where with us, it's really people from different parts of the organization, and the management team is very much involved. So we're trying to drive it, and also whatever improvement actions we take, we can embed into our processes and the forms and the way we operate our business. And it's obviously easier for us to do, because we can easily change process, we can easily change the way we work and embed it into the systems.
And I think that they are all aware that ESG is key. What I don't see is that key role in particularly achieving goals that can be derived from the planetary boundaries, for example. Why? Because we're speaking of something that is larger than a set of measures or that set of KPIs that are stated in an ESG report. Why? Because many of the things that are happening towards the sustainability agenda, probably if grasped in something that is as simple as an ESG report, can help at one moment. But what happens next is what we are probably needing. We are currently at a stage where we don't need to measure only what is happening now, but what it is that we're going to be suffering in the near future, and maybe in the larger term.
What would be really important for any SME or startup that is fundraising is being in partnership with a VC or a fund that is having an impact is really important.
Mhm.
We need those investors, or we need those corporations when they invest in our technology or when they acquire our technology to have this same vision and to continue this work and to
Mhm.
continue this impact on what we are trying to achieve here. Because after all, this is what we are trying to do for all. Like we don't have a planet B. We all have to do this on our way, and we have to do it in a way that is economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable. I mean, durable.